Welcome to the NC DWI Guy podcast, where defenders of the Constitution assemble to prepare for courtroom battle, and firm owners gather to develop marketing strategies that will revolutionize the practice of criminal defense. Here's your host, the NC DWI Guy, Jake Minick.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the NC DWI Guy podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about the importance of core values to your office. Core values are the identity of your office. It is who you are as an organization. It's what makes your law firm separate and apart from who you are as an individual. Now, this is true even if you are the only person in your office. If you are a one-man show, you still need to have core values for your office. You still need to have an identity of your law firm. It's even more important if you are a multi-person organization, because it is the identity of your business. It is the fundamental character of your firm. Core values are what makes your law firm, your law practice, your law business unique. If you do not have core values, the identity of your firm permanently in place, permanently embedded, then you are going to have a schizophrenic organization. You are going to have an organization that does not act consistently, that does not have an identity, that has a personality disorder. Core values are not some sort of high ideals, something that you want your firm to be. You have core values whether they are written or not. You have core values in your firm, whether you have them openly stated or not. Your firm has an identity. You may not have stated it intentionally, and it's important to state it intentionally so that you can focus on the positives of your identity, because otherwise the negatives of your core value system are going to show themselves. They are going to shine through. Your firm is known to the public through individual client interactions with referrals, interactions with other attorneys, prosecutors, defense attorneys, members of the civil bar. Your firm means something to other people. And it's important to specifically think through what is important to your firm and to live according to your value system, to live according to your core values, to make sure that the team members at your firm live up to the core values that you have decided are fundamental to your business's identity. So at Minick Law, we have a core value system. Our core value system is known by the acronym SMILE. So that stands for, the S stands for student mindset. We are always trying to learn, always trying to humbly improve our practice, our knowledge of DWI and criminal cases. We do this through mock trial days. We do this through our internal listserv. We do this through bouncing cases off of one another over the phone. We do this through having annual retreats where we spend time focusing on improving our knowledge of the law, improving our knowledge of business, and improving our knowledge as it relates to our representation, as it relates to our customer service. So we're always trying to learn, always trying to improve. Having that student mindset, never believing that you've reached where you want to be, always trying to grow. Student mindset is one of our core values, and there are specific practices that then result directly from that core value of student mindset. The M in SMILE stands for moral compass. We have made it an absolute requirement, an absolute identity moment for there to be people at the office that are trustworthy, that are compassionate, that have a good understanding of how to interact with people. Having a strong moral compass, focusing on growing our character is critical. We have a quarterly evaluation form that came from Jocko Willink podcast, where he talked about the Marine evaluation form being one that was based around what the Marines called the eminently qualified Marine. And that's how they had their review form set up. Our review form is based around the eminently qualified team member and how they are living these core values. Are there people in the office doing community service, working for the betterment of the community, growing themselves through personal growth books? Having a moral compass, a strong place for us to interact with our clients, attorneys, judges. This is something that we want to be seen as critical to our identity. And we each represent one another at the firm. We are each responsible for growing this identity for other team members. And it only takes one person not having that moral compass in the right place to make that fall apart. And that's what we want to avoid. The I in SMILE stands for innovative systems. Innovative systems. And the emphasis in innovative systems is on the systems. Yes, we want to be creative. Yes, we want to be growing in the right way. Yes, we want to be changing for the good. But the innovative part of this core value is the less important part. It is the systems that is part of our identity. Every time that we intake a case, it's got to be done the same way. Every time that we do a initial client consultation, there is a system to doing that. There is a system to following up. There is a system to our client communication. There is a system to the next step in the case process. Systems are what make your business a business. Without systems, you do not have a business. You simply have a bunch of people or one person that are employed, that have jobs, but there is no business. Innovative systems is a critical component of our firm, and therefore it is one of our core values. And we want to constantly be improving our systems, but we also want, and more importantly, want everybody at the office to be utilizing the system so that we can communicate to the client in the same way, with the same voice, at the same time of follow-up. It's got to be systematic. The L in SMILE stands for legal leadership. We want to be at the forefront of the legal community, helping elevate the bar constantly for what DWI representation looks like in the courtroom. We don't want to leave the courtroom without making an impression, so that everybody around us can elevate their game and challenge us to take our level of representation to the next level. We always want to be leveling up. We want to be increasing the level of representation that clients are going to receive, not just in our office, but across the bar. And this means teaching CLE. This means doing this podcast. This means putting our motions and forms online for other attorneys to use to better represent their clients in the courtroom, in their individual counties, in their individual states. Because we want to give a higher level of representation to clients across the board. We want everybody to step up their game. And we know that we do that based on what we have stolen from other lawyers that have gone before us. There is no way that we could give the level of expertise and the level of representation without having the right examples set for us by other legal leaders. And we want to accept that torch as they pass it on to us, and then pass it on to the next generation of lawyers, both inside and outside of the firm, so that the entire community, the entire state learns from that, grows from that, gets better representation because of that. And then our final core value, the E in SMILE, is everybody's rowing. We are a team. At Minick Law, we are a team. There's no attorneys, there's no staff, there are team members. I've always said that the most important person at the office is the person sitting at the front desk, what we call the help desk. Because the person sitting at the front desk is the face and the voice of your law firm. It is the first impression of your law firm. That person, that team member, is the initial contact point for the client. They are the first person that is showcasing these core values to your client, showcasing your firm's identity to the client. The receptionist at your office, the intake person at your office, is the first face, the first impression of your firm to the outside world. That's important. Everybody at our office is a team member. No attorneys, no staff. We are team members. We are working together to bring the best client experience that we can, to give the most helpful information that we can, to constantly be growing and improving our client representation, our client experience. Everybody is on board with that. Everybody has to be working. Hard work is critical. Hard work is critical to our team's success because everybody has to be rowing. If you're on a rowboat and one person is not rowing, you are losing speed, losing traction, losing synchronization. Everybody has to be working hard in order for the organization to level up. If you have not written down your core values, take some time today to write down the core values of your firm. What is important to your firm? What is the identity of your firm? Again, don't make these high, lofty ideals something that you want to be in the future. What are you right now? Good and bad. What is your firm's identity right now? And then focus on the good, positive values that you have written down and make those your core values. Make those publicly important. Put them up in your waiting area. Put them up in everybody's office. Put them on a t-shirt and wear it. Give it to a team member. Give it to somebody else that's in your office. Everybody needs to know the identity of the organization that they're working for, and they can't do it unless it's in writing. They can't do it well unless they can visually see that and be held accountable to living up to the core values. Take some time today to identify and draft the core values of your law firm. Look forward to talking with you again next time. Hope you enjoyed today's episode of the podcast. If you did, please share the podcast with another freedom fighter in the criminal defense community, and be sure to leave us a rating on iTunes. See you next time.